Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Giang Bui. She's the head of U.S. exchange traded products at Nasdaq for her outlook on the ETF market heading into 2022. Giang, it's great to have you with us as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill. Thank you for having me.
All right, and let's get a recap of what has been an incredibly busy year for the ETF market in 2021.
Yeah, like you said, 2021 was a very busy year for the ETF market. 2020 was a record year, but 2021 shattered all the records. Inflows in the U.S. into U.S. ETPs surpassed 800 billion. This is up from the record of 500 billion last year. Global ETF inflows crossed $1 trillion in assets for the first time. So now the ETF AUM in the U.S. is 7 trillion. And 9.5 trillion globally. So, record number of under management for ETFs globally. We witnessed a lot of firsts in the ETF industry this year. We got the first mutual fund to ETF conversions, and there's already close to 40 billion that has already converted year to date. We've had the first directly linked Bitcoin ETF to come to market, which is ETFs that provide exposure to Bitcoin futures. And as investors continue to demand access to the crypto market, we're going to continue to work with issuers to advocate for more product innovation in the crypto ETF space. This year also experienced a number of record new launches with over 400 ETFs that have come to market year to date. And this is compared to the over 300 products that we had last year. And this for the past 2 years, you've seen ETF launches outpace mutual fund launches. So it's really been an exciting 2021 for ETFs, and I'm really looking forward to 2022.
So tell us about 2022. What are some of the trends that your team is going to be watching?
Yeah, I think a lot of the trends from 21 is going to continue into 22. We've had the first mutual fund to ETF conversion this year, but this is just the beginning. There's more to come in 22. We're talking to a number of issuers about their plans in this space. We've seen an estimate of $1 trillion in mutual fund assets to be converted into ETF over the next decade. We'll continue to see new entrances entering the ETF space. We've heard announcements from several large investment management firms that will be making their ETF debut in 2022. And many of these firms are active shops. So we've seen a growth in actively managed ETFs in terms of number of launches, as well as inflows. And we expect this growth to continue in the actively managed ETF space. We also anticipate the continued demand for thematic ETFs, digital asset or cryptocurrency-based ETFs, income, as well as ESG strategies. But as a whole, we see ETF adoption will continue to grow with greater interest from retail investors, but also by institutions and investment advisors whose usage of ETFs have really accelerated during COVID, and they're using ETFs as building blocks in their model portfolios.
And how about Nasdaq's focus for 2022 in terms of the ETF business?
Yeah, we're very bullish about ETFs here at Nasdaq, and to support the tremendous growth that we're experiencing as an ETF ecosystem, we're making significant investment into our ETF business. We're investing into our team. We're really growing out our depth of bench, marketing support, liquidity programs, data to benefit the Nasdaq listed ETFs and issuers throughout the life of the product. With the record number of launches that we're seeing coming to market and the increased competition, we've really been focused on partnering with issuers on differentiated co-marketing support, impact for ETF market quality programs to really give these new products the best opportunity they can to get off the ground and running.
All right, Giang, we appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you for having me.